All right, bringing in the middle of the challenge, just kind of recap on some stuff throughout the past couple of weeks, and then what to look forward to into the coming weeks. First off, we're closing out week 3, which overall seemed to be pretty good. The intensity in the gym's pretty good. I'll be curious to see what the numbers are after week 3, because some of you guys have heard me talk about the middle week 3 and week 4. There's a little bit of a slump. There's not as much positivity going into those weeks. You're kind of tired from the first 2 weeks and it's not as new and as exciting. But then we get that scarcity mindset of week 5 and 6, like, oh, I gotta get my butt in gear to finish this challenge strong. So that's why we throw the scans directly in the middle of the challenge. So again, week 3 overall seemed pretty good. I'm curious to see what the numbers bring across the board. But with that, we've got the scans coming in. Now, use the scan as one of two things. To see if you're progressing or to see if you're not making the progression that you want to make. So depending on how that scan is, let it dictate your planning route or what you plan to do these following 3 weeks. We still got 3 weeks left. It's a good amount of time to make progress if you haven't made progress. So if you find that your scans weren't exactly what you wanted to see, that you didn't lose the weight you wanted to lose to or the inches that you wanted to lose, reach out to your coach. Any specific scenarios I'll sit down and dive into as well, and to see what you can do to recalibrate to really drive hard these next 3 weeks and make some serious progress. Some of you may be surprised at the inches you lost. You may have only lost 2 or 3 pounds throughout the challenge, which you may have wanted to lose more, but you see you drop certain inches in waist, shoulders, legs, arms, all that good stuff. So again, let the scan kind of give you a new starting point. Look at this as a new second half that you're going to roll into, and then push hard. So then with week 4, what I would say is your workout intensity. We've been training pretty good for 3 weeks now. You should be pushing some heavier weight, moving harder, challenging yourself a little bit more. Remember, everything doesn't have to be super fast, guys. It's controlled, but you want to push yourself at the same time. So maybe go heavier on the weight. Don't worry about sitting there trying to do an entire minute. As you guys know, I say, if you're doing an exercise or we got a minute timer and you hit that exercise for a minute straight, you didn't have the right intensity of weight or effort. You need to sit there, push really hard for 20, 30, maybe 40 seconds tops, shake it out, quick breather, and then try to finish out that remaining minute. So I would look to really pick up the workouts, maybe try to get an additional one in. It's supposed to be nice, warm out, get some additional walking in, get some outside air in on top of your workouts. And then lastly, dial in the macros, guys. We've got 3 weeks under our belts. We should have an idea. We should know what foods work for us. We should know roughly what our schedules are like to fit these macros in, how to calculate them, where to put them in. This is going to be your biggest thing. Now, remember, the numbers you have are your max numbers. I want to see you get close to the protein because, again, that's going to preserve the muscle tissue, which keeps the metabolism high. But with that, make sure you're not exceeding the fat or exceeding the carbohydrates. This is where we start losing weight. This is where we start burning fat. This is where we're at a calorie deficit so that body can burn more than it's bringing in ideally. But the idea is with the amount of protein that we have, we stay satiated and we're not starving or have those overwhelming cravings. So really focus in on picking that intensity up, dialing in those macros, and see what you can do for week 4, 5, and 6, guys. You can still see some big numbers come across if we dial it in and get the body reset. So reach out to your coach if you have any questions. If you haven't seen those numbers that you want to see, and we'll see what we can do to recalibrate and get you guys going in the right direction. All right, good luck.